You're watching the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class 3A State Championship Series on the NFHS Network from Ting Ballpark in Holly Springs. It is Rose out of the East seeking an 8th state championship in their program's history, taking on North Lincoln, the champions of the West in 3A, and they got a sweep in the Western Finals. Thanks for being with us here today. It's great to have you along. I'm Patrick Johnson, along with Coach Lynn Hartzell, as we get ready for this matchup between the two combatants here today. A couple of programs that have had a lot of tremendous success historically for Rose, and back in 2019, a state champion for North Lincoln in the 2A classification. So we look at these two. The matchup, it has been the kind of year for North Lincoln. They play in a pretty tough neighborhood, Lynn, and have come through the West as one of the top 5 seeds, and they feel pretty confident about themselves coming into today.
As well as they should. Their out-of-conference schedule was very tough this year. They worked through some injuries, which kind of ended up helping the team have to be a little bit deeper, but they try to get guys on base and play the short game. Pitching staff's done a great job, but if you weren't a good baseball team, you wouldn't be in a state championship.
10th time for Rose under Ronald Vincent, who has coached for more than half of a century. He's an NFHS Hall of Famer, and Rose for the second time in 3 seasons back in the state championship.
Well, it's just a machine. They got a system in Greenville that Coach Vincent has got his fingers on it from the various earliest stages of baseball in Greenville all the way up, through high school. So this will be an interesting matchup. You've got one that, has got a history of state championships versus one that, last time was 2019. But, it's kind of like the coach from North Lincoln said, throw strikes and put the ball in play and don't make errors, and we'll see who wins, but that's going to be the key for the night.
Well, let's take a look at the starting batting order for North Lincoln, who comes in at 21-8. They were 12-2, finished at a tie for first in the Foothills 3A. Carson McGinnis will lead things off at shortstop, followed by Eli Sipe at second base. Elliot Dellinger is the catcher. It'll be Sigmund batting in the cleanup spot. Chad Matthews will bat 5th. Rinkus, the right fielder, will bat 6th. Bryson Sumi is the designated hitter. Blake Mincy is at 3rd. And batting 9th is Grayson Evans. Rose will have Josh Robinson out on the hill. He has really come on as of late, a junior. Came up as a catcher. He's not playing that anymore. He's going to be a guy that's going to throw for him here. I got to imagine if you're out there, you're starting, you're in a top-notch ballpark, there's a great crowd here. The adrenaline is probably the thing you're trying to harness early on.
Well, you were being a little diplomatic when you said adrenaline is probably more nerves, and the ones that, especially from the mound, got to temper that and put the ball over the plate.
Well, we're underway. Leo Lockhart is the umpire behind the plate. And here we go. 5:43 after a rain delay in the pregame. Popped up, edge of the outfield grass. It'll be caught by Parker Watson.
Well, that shows you North Lincoln's come here to be aggressive, swing the first pitch of the game.
The second baseman, number 4, Eli Sipe.
Second baseman Eli Sipe to stand in for the pinstripe-clad Knights. And Robinson fires that one past him for strike 1. And he's getting some cuts off early, 0-2.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a pretty good fastball early on tonight.
Strike 3 called. 2 down for Dellinger, the catcher.
Nice job by Robinson, just being aggressive, staying in the zone. It's the first ball he's thrown tonight.
Took him a handful of pitches to get there. A little excuse me check swing, fouled back off the screen here at Ting Stadium. And now 1-1 to Dellinger. That's going to be cued foul over to the right side, and it's 1-2.
Right now, North Lincoln's having a little problem getting catching up to his fastball.
Payoff pitch.
Breaking ball was up. Got away with it.
Fouled it back, and it'll stay 1-2 now. Another fastball as he tried to hammer that one in, and it's hit foul by Dellinger. They track what they commonly call in the game as QABs, quality at bats. And there's a various amount of things that mainly concerns runners on, but longevity in that bat is part of it too. The breaking pitch gets him before he enters Quab territory. Nice start for Robinson, a pair of strikeouts. And going in order is North Lincoln in the first. The Rose Rampants coming to bat. You're watching state championship coverage on the NFHS Network. Another big year for Rose, 27-4. 10-2. They were second in the Big East behind D.H. Conley. That's a split 3A, 4A league. Conley was the top seed in the 4A East bracket before they were eliminated. Rampants are the number one seed in the 3A East. They'll have DeMarcus McCray, a two-year starter, leading off at catcher. Josh Robertson pitching. Ethan Simmons will bat third. Parker Watson, one of the top 10 home run hitters in the state at short. Aldridge Haddock, Abul Tifa, and Simmons and Grimes for the Rampants. This is the first pitch from Jack Waterman. Misses low for a ball. Typically in this stadium, which is state-of-the-art, you have a gorgeous video board out in left field, but it is not operational because of a power surge that happened, and thus rendering it dark out there. 1-2 as the pitch was called a strike to McCray. This is a Rampant team that comes in averaging nearly 9 runs a game. That pitch missed inside to the chagrin of the East Lincoln faithful. So it's going to be 2-2. The left-hander working here. They got a couple of lefty starters for this East Lincoln or North Lincoln team. Breaking pitch, bounce down, count fills up.
McCray's already done his job seeing at least 6 pitches leading off the game.
And he draws a walk. 69 degrees. There's still a chance of rain, albeit the majority of it is to our east. There's a little bit back towards the Triad area, but it may not reach here. Let's hope it stays away. This is the first of 2 that will be played here tonight. Game 1 as the 1A also will be played. The ball got away from the catcher, Dellinger. McCray into second. So 1-0 to Josh Robertson.
Young man can help himself. You don't see many pitcher DHs.
No, you sure don't. He's played everywhere for this Rampant team, the corner outfields, everywhere in the infield but first. Squares the bunt here, pushes it to the right side, and it'll be an out at first to advance the runner to third. Rampants don't mind a little small ball, but they usually like to swing away. So a nice piece of execution there, and now Ethan Simmons will come to the dish.
Ethan Simmons.
Well, I'm sure Rose just wanted to get that first run, the third with one out. It's a big psychological advantage scoring that first run.
It's going to be called a ball. Looked pretty good from here. Got underneath that one, sends it into the ample foul ground here at the Ting. And it'll be caught. Nice play by the shortstop, McGinnis.
The shortstop, number 11.
A lot more foul ground than you normally have at the average high school stadium, and that's a heck of a play by McGinnis to just stick with it.
It is.
Now Parker Watson, Rose with the lead run in the bottom of the first, just 90 feet away. That's a strike. Watson with 9 home runs this season. He's been outstanding. Missed inside, much to the chagrin of Waterman.
Parker also led the Rampants in hitting 440 average coming in to tonight.
Swung through that breaking pitch. 1-2. Watson headed to UNC Greensboro. Here's the pitch. Chopper is foul. So the Rampants get a leadoff walk. They've sacrificed the man into third base after a pass ball got him to second. That's McCray down there at third. But Jack Waterman is a pitch away from getting out of the jam. Fouled back. Matthew Aldridge on deck. Rampants 341 as a team on the season. Pretty good take, 2-2. Leo Lockhart behind the plate. Trey Meeks down at first. Ivan Daniels at second. Joe Thomas is the third base umpire. 4 of them here in the state championship round. And that was ball 4. So now runners on the corners with Aldridge coming to the plate. Aldridge, pretty good power, missed last year with a back injury.
Matthew Aldridge.
And he's someone that Ronald Vincent believes, had he been healthy last year, would be on the radar of a lot of college teams. Instead, that future is a little uncertain, but he hits from the left side, quite put together, although he swings through that first offering. Strike 1 to him. Inning continues for Rose with 2 on and 2 down. The lefty got a strike there.
I think Matthew was probably guessing a little bit there, guessing breaking ball. Fastball stayed on out of third to play. That's a good pitch.
Challenged him again and threw it by him. Rampants leave a couple stranded. We are scoreless through 1, and you're watching coverage of the NCHSAA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network.
The third baseman, number 9, Tucker Sigmund.
We move to the top of the second inning. You can relive the incredible moments from today's championship matchup on demand at NFHSnetwork.com. A digital copy is also available for purchase. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download today's broadcast directly to your device. I'm Patrick Johnson, Lynn Hartzell with us. And it is going to be quickly 1-1 to Taylor Sigmund. That one off the end of the bat, pushed foul. Got a lot of excitement out of the North Lincoln fans. There's a short little porch over there, but it's in foul ground. So now Tucker Sigmund watches the next pitch miss. And it's going to be 2-2. One thing you got to like about Robertson is he works with pace.
He does. He does. And
breaking pitch hung up in the air. And it will be dropping. Miscommunication by the Rampants. Throw into second. Sigmund, to his credit, never gave up on it and kept running. And that brings a big cheer from the Knight fans here.
Yeah, state championships, plays like that can come back to bite you. I mean, that's got to be an out, just miscommunication.
So now Chad Matthews up with runners in scoring position. They're going to bunt. Popped up. It will go foul. It is an artificial turf here. So unless you have thunder and lightning and just torrential downpours, you'll be all right to deal with some precip out there, but you're also going to get a little more truer bounces.
You will.
Going to be 0-1.
This is small ball tonight. Like to play when they get somebody on early.
That time the bunt laid down perfectly, scooped at third, throw to first for the out. Ethan Simmons charging in. Ahmad Abul Latifa over at first base. Sacrifice from Matthews, the center fielder.
Right fielder, number 13.
Sigmund is on to third base. Beckett Rinkus, the right fielder.
Rose is in at the corners, middle infield back. Makes sense.
Going to be fouled back, and it's going to be a strike.
North Lincoln still having a little trouble catching up to Robinson's fastball.
Fouled back again, and it's quickly 0-2.
I think he gets showing you pretty quick. He does a good job of hiding the ball.
Slash that one foul. Stays 0-2.
There's three of them kind of in the same spot.
Driven in the air, deep out to left, and off the wall. North Lincoln off of the double. Sigmund strolls home, 1-0. And that drop ball in the outfield coming back to haunt the Rampants.
The designated hitter, number 14, Bryson Sumi.
That missed a home run by about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, they're not catching up with his fastball, and he threw a breaking ball in there, and it just sped the bat up.
Bryson Sumi now will hit in a 1-0 game. Robertson, that's lined into left. Throw home in time, and out is Rinkus. I'm not so sure Lindy didn't run through a stop sign.
Yeah. I think he did.
Nice job by Owen Simmons, though, out in left, charging and coming up throwing. And it's going to be the second out on the putout.
That's a nice job by Rose getting it in.
And I'm not sure what Charlie Goss's gripe is.
I have no idea either.
I don't think it was anything as far as interference blocking the plate.
That's what I'm wondering, but that ball's there so far in front of the runner. And, you know, that's an interpretation, so.
And, of course, unlike the collegiate game, no review. Unlike the pros, no review on anything like that. A swing and a miss by Blake Mincy.
The last two breaking balls that Robinson's thrown got hit pretty good.
That was an off-speed delivery again that is knocked out of play foul.
Surprised they're coming back to it because if they can't catch up with your fastball, I'm not saying don't throw something off speed, but it doesn't need to be in the zone, something they can hit.
I'm going to make them chase it if you're going to.
Exactly.
Burnt that one high for ball one. Robertson's had a fantastic year for this Rose program. That's outside, evening off the count. (11-0) on the season, a 1.69 ERA. Challenged him away, and laying off of it is Mincy. Grayson Evans, the left fielder, is on deck. 73 strikeouts coming in 58 innings. Had a couple in the first. Foul ground, and it will be caught. Nice job by Ubal-Tifa. So another great catch in foul ground, and that will end the North Lincoln second inning, but they push across a run as Sigmund gets aboard with the miscue in the field on the ball, lost in the sky. A couple of hits, three of them, in fact, in the inning, and a runner left on. It's going to be 1-0, our score, North Lincoln and Rose on the NFHS Network.
Bottom of the second inning for J.H. Rose. Right fielder, number 32, Joyner Haddock.
Joyner Haddock is going to be our batter here. Ball got away down in the bullpen in the right field area that is being occupied by some players for North Lincoln. And we're ready to go here. 1-0 our score as we go to the bottom of the second from Holly Springs. First pitch swinging is Joyner Haddock into foul ground, and it will be caught. Blake Mincy, the first baseman. I got to imagine maybe it's a little tougher sky than maybe the average fan realizes.
And, you know, looking at the flags, I mean, they're straight down, but obviously with Rose missing the fly ball last inning and seeing that, it's carrying a little bit to the outfield.
New baseball for Waterman, who last year found himself injured. Elbow injury. So it took him a while to work back in this year. 5-pitch guy, mid-80s, and is a real bulldog out there, noted by his strikeout to end the inning with runners on the corners after surrendering a pair of first-inning walks. Some hitting room in left center. That's a strike at the knees. Abul-Latifa is the batter. Ahmad Abul-Latifa, first baseman for these Rampants.
Fall in.
Little bloop, and it will. Over the outreach glove of Snipe at second, and the Rampants have their first hit. So Rose saw North Lincoln able to take advantage of a little bloop. Not so much a bloop as a miscommunication. That was a bloop. And now you've got Owen Simmons, the left fielder.
It's important for Waterman to have a quick inning here if he can, because he did throw 21 pitches in the first. And just a reminder, pitch counts have gone up, max 120 in state championship.
That one wrapped on the ground, but foul. One and one, or rather 0-2. Over to first. The Rampants have stolen 94 bases as a team this year. 25 home runs collectively, with 9 of them belonging to Watson.
I'm surprising Rose didn't do a little bit more of a one-way lead, because, you know, lefties either have a good move or a bad move, and you want to see what type of move they have early on in the game.
Simmons this year, .292, has driven in 22 runs, has a couple of home runs of his own this season. And he'll go down swinging. Second strikeout for North Lincoln's starter, Jack Orderman, and it's the second out of the inning. Now Justin Grimes.
Justin Grimes.
Grimes, another .292 hitter. It'll be ball one. This is a swing away program for Rose. The legendary Ronald Vincent coaching down at first. Clay Medlin, who's the school's AD and an 0-2 graduate of Rose, is down at second base, or third base coaching. Modest lead off of first to the plate. That one almost got back to the backstop. Dellinger did a heck of a job to corral it. Going to be 2-0 as the Rampants will try to get it to the top of the order.
You don't go 2-0 to a nine-hitter.
Grimes swinging away, knocks it foul. Down in the dirt, or turf as it may be, 3-1.
Yeah. Tell you what, man, great crowds from both schools tonight.
They're active too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
A lot of noise. Payoff, sticks the bat out. It flares out to right, but it'll be caught. Rinkus is there. Rampants get their first hit. They've left 3 stranded through 2. 1-0 our score on the NFHS Network.
Left fielder, number 18, Grayson Evans.
Today's game is also available for all subscribers with the NFHS mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download it from the App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live and on-demand games wherever you are. Grayson Evans had to pull that one back, 2-0 to start for the number 9 man. The Cardinal Sin, as you mentioned, of starting 2-0 to the number 9 hitter. So both starters have done that. That one missed low and away, and now it's 3-0. Is that a bigger sin to go 3-0?
Yes. It's a sin to go 2-0.
Got to imagine Evans will take here. No, squares the bunt,
probably,
pulls back. Yep.
Well, that was a take.
That was a show.
You've seen that before to the east.
Yeah. Robertson working quick.
Yep.
Paints the outside portion.
Just like a 9-man will do, he took the 3-1 as well.
Sprays this one to right. Rampets had him played perfectly. That is Haddock out in right field with the catch. Only the second ball out of the outfield in this game.
And that's as well a ball as North Lincoln has hit off of Robinson tonight. Back to the leadoff hitter.
That's Carson McGinnis. Popped out to short on the first pitch of the game. Takes a ball. And Casey McGinnis now ahead in the count 2-0.
It's 2 hitters in a row behind 3-0. That with a strike on 3-0, just like before. Be interesting to see McGinnis swings at this, or is he taking?
He chops it up the middle, played off a bounce. The throw from short by Watson, and that's the second out. Watson did a really nice job to play that off the bounce off of this turf and not hurry himself with a pretty speedy runner booking down the line.
The second baseman, number 4, Eli Sipe.
Now Sipe, he struck out looking on 3 pitches. Takes a cut at the first one here. It is driven back. It is going to get over the head of the center fielder and be off the wall. Sipe rounding second. He's on his way to third with a triple. Aldridge had that one carry on him. It's 400 straight away here.
Number 2, Elliot Dellinger.
And now Elliot Dellinger. He was a strikeout victim in the first. Swings through the fastball for strike 1. Misses in. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. A run already on the board for the Knights. They would love to go up 2-0. A little bit low. In the air. Aldridge charging, and he'll make the catch. That'll be the third out. Runner left stranded at third. We'll move to the bottom of the third inning. Rampants will try to get the offense ginned up as they trail it 1-0 to North Lincoln on the NFHS Network.
NC to score an important goal. The catcher, number 5. DeMarcus McRae.
We had some rain in the pregame. It delayed things by about 42, 43 minutes, depending on what your watch may have said. DeMarcus McRae for the Rampants here as they're looking for an opportunity to get their offense going. They beat Terry Sanford in 3 games in the regional final, knocking them off last Friday. This is a CPL Coastal Plains League park for the Salamanders of Holly Springs, who play in the same league as the Greenville Yard Gnomes, who occupy in the summer Guy Smith Stadium, where Rose plays the majority of their games during the season. Three and 1 to DeMarcus McRae. going to be chop foul. So the Rampants played their game at 7 o'clock last Friday in what was the regional championship game in the East. And it followed a game with the Yard Gnomes preceding them in an exhibition opener. Rampants won that 9-3. They took the first game of the series against Terry Sanford 8-2, but got run ruled in the second game in Fayetteville 14-4. In fact, 3 of the 4 losses for Rose this year as Mincy makes the catch on a pop-up for the first out. 3 of the 4 defeats for Rose have come in the run rule fashion.
Isn't that crazy?
The loss a couple of games ago to Terry Sanford, and then D.H. Conley smoked them twice this year, 10-zip. Robertson a chance to help himself here. I love the neon pink gloves. That is going to be fair, and Robertson can run. Throw into second, not in time. That was a solid throw and a quick on the relay. Tossed the second, but Robertson took off out of the batter's box like a sprinter.
Well, I thought it was an automatic double, but then I saw where the left fielder for North Lincoln,
Grayson Evans
was playing close to the line, so it wasn't automatic. And they did a great job of getting it in.
Really good relay and turn.
Yeah.
Made it a lot closer than you think it would have been. 333 hitter on the year is Robertson, and he is now 1 for 1 after the sacrifice bunt in the first. Here is Ethan Simmons taking a ball. Rampants trying to climb back into this one. And this is through.
I think that's going to do it.
Robertson, big turn, chugging home. Throw into second, not in time. RBI double for Simmons. We're tied at 1.
Back-to-back doubles.
One thing you will always know about a Rose Rampant baseball program historically, they're going to take their cuts.
They are, and they do a good job running the bases, too.
So here we are, 1-1 game in the bottom of the third of the Class 3A State Championship Series. Game 1 from Holly Springs.
Number 11, Parker Watson.
And now Parker Watson, a dangerous hitter.
Yeah.
With 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Waterman's going to have to be careful with Watson here.
It's a good changeup. It's probably the one hitter that North Lincoln said, hey, he's not going to beat us. So it's going to be interesting to see how they attack Watson. That's a curveball in.
So he's gone breaking stuff in his first 2 pitches.
Change up first pitch, breaking ball second pitch.
On the ground, scooped up at third. The throw will get Watson. Into third is Simmons.
Didn't show him a fastball that at bat.
So make a note on that for when we see Watson conceivably one more time.
Center fielder,
And here comes Matthew Aldridge.
Matthew Aldridge.
He took a pretty healthy cut. He went out swinging his first time in the first inning. Rampants with the lead run down at third. Waterman quickly to the plate. Pretty remarkable story, back from injury. That one left his hand funny and missed high. The senior getting ready to offer this pitch.
That's a good take. Looked like a good pitch.
Sure did.
Kind of surprised me he didn't go breaking ball there.
See what he does here at 2-2. Threw it that time, strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. But the Rampants get on the board. A run on 2 hits. Another runner left stranded. 1-1 is our score through 3 innings in Holly Springs. Class 3A state championship action on the NFHS network.
North Lincoln 1, J.A. throws. Number 9, Tucker Sigmund.
Tucker Sigmund's first North Lincoln batter, third baseman. Doubled first time up, but that was the phantom fly ball.
One pitch is called a strike. And that is through for a base knock. So a hit now in 3 consecutive innings against the starter Robertson.
Number 3, Chad Matthews.
And here comes Chad Matthews, a sacrifice bunt, his first time. Be interesting to see here, will they let him swing away or might they try to move the runner over to second with no outs in a tie game. Probably going to let him swing away, I'd imagine. We'll see, though. McCray motioning to his defense to pay attention to Sigmund over at first base.
3 to 4 hits for North Lincoln tonight on breaking balls.
Came down with the heat there, fouled back and out of play. Runner goes, ball is going to be ripped foul.
Yep. Hit it well. Wouldn't have been out of the park, but hit it well. I've been waiting for one team or another to, try to steal a bag, just kind of see, what the catcher's arms like, because it's one thing in warm-ups, different in the game sometimes.
Runner stays put, quick throw down, and he get him? Yes, he did! Well, that answers that question. How about McCray with the excellent throw for out number 1?
And you want to work hard on that secondary, but you cannot get a secondary, big enough where you can't get back.
Got him leaning. McCray threw it beautifully down to first.
Is that breaking ball?
In the air, Aldrich charges from center for the second out. 2 away for Beckett Rinkus.
Right fielder, number 13, Beckett Rinkus.
Rinkus had a double, then was thrown out at home later in the inning. Right fielder for this Knights team. Really good basketball player for them. Drives this to the gap, and it will be off the wall. Another one that one hops this high fence here, and it's a double for Rinkus. So now that pickoff has come back to haunt
it really has.
The Knights here, because they would have a 2-1 advantage. Second hit of the inning. Second extra base hit of the night.
Well, it's, at high levels of baseball, little things become big. And in a regular season game, you can work through that pickoff, but who knows, that might be the difference in the game later on.
The designated hitter, number 14, Bryson Summy.
Bryson Summy. Summy had a really good game in the Western Regionals. Robertson with the runner on and 2 down.
Had a nice single to left his first at bat. Sure North Lincoln would take that again.
Fans didn't like it. Strike called.
You got a lot of right angle vision in baseball stadiums.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
I think the zone's been pretty good so far today.
I do too.
You know, the big thing, and this is the thing anybody that plays will tell you, as long as it stays consistent throughout the night.
You hit the nail on the head.
Somebody asked you there, would that have been a strike what I swung at? Home plate umpire obliges, says yes, it would have been. Fastball hammered out to right, and again, they have him played perfectly. Nice catch by Haddock. Well, he's pretty slick out there in right field. No runs, a couple of hits, and a runner left stranded on. Midway through this one, 1-1 ball game. A good one here in Game 1 of this Class 3A series on the NFHS Network.
The official regional and championship merchandise. Joyner Haddock.
You can relive the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at NFHSNetwork.com. A digital copy available as well for purchase. You're watching live coverage of the NCHSAA Baseball Championships, the 3A Series Best of 3 on the NFHS Network. NFHSNetwork.com/NCHSAA, your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of championship action, from live games to full game replays to highlights. It's all here. NFHSNetwork.com/NCHSAA.
Joyner Haddock, the right fielder, hitting for Rose, up on the count 2-0. Just chased the fastball up, fouled out of play.
That one hits off of the metal roof here at the Ting over the grandstand.
That was a ting at the Ting, huh?
It was. And he's evened it off at 2-2. How about Waterman so far? What have you seen that you like?
Just typical lefty, man. Does a good job. Thought he'd throw a few more breaking balls to these lefties for Rose, but he's done a good job.
Does one there.
Yep.
Back-to-back strikeouts. 3 on the night. Make it 4 on the night for Waterman.
The first baseman, number 12, Ahmad.
Done a nice job. Gotten ahead of most hitters. Lefties are just tough to hit.
A lot of improvement this year for Ahmad Abdul Latifa. He tried to wait back on the breaking pitch. Fouled it out of play. Another game going on in the Class 2A in Burlington. As that's going to be popped up on the infield, now into foul ground, will be caught for the second out. Sigmund, good job to make the catch for out number 2. It was 3-2 East Rutherford over your alma mater, South Lenoir. What a season the Blue Devils have had to get to the championship.
Unbelievable. And Midway was a good team. I tell you, the game that surprised me was winning at Whiteville. That's a tough go.
Never easy to win there as Simmons comes up empty on that off-speed delivery.
It's a good change-up.
Kind of, you could make the argument it started for South Lenoir in their conference tournament when they beat their rival North Lenoir in extra innings. It's going to be 1-1. It just seemed like after that point they had a lot of good mojo.
Well, it's a lot of fortune, a lot of kids, in any postseason. There's a foul ball by Simmons, but in postseason to advance, and both coaches talked about it, they had some kids stepped up that didn't really step up during the year, and we're seeing that in the college baseball regionals as well.
Always a fun weekend in North Carolina with the state championships and the diamond sports as well as lacrosse. Soccer, girls soccer as well. Boys and girls lacrosse. So handful of championships running throughout central North Carolina this time of year. Payoff, walked him.
Yep.
That's going to be the third walk that Waterman has issued. And his first since the first inning. Now Justin Grimes with 2 down. Takes a strike on the outer portion.
It's kind of quick coming set there going home.
Grimes a 2-year starter. He's another one of those, a great athlete, a basketball player at Rose. Coached by the legendary Ronald Vincent, 56th year overall. It's going to be fouled back. Vincent celebrated his 78th birthday this week. Isn't that amazing?
I just hope you get to 78, coaching or not. You know.
It's going to be 0-2. His counterpart, Charlie Goss, 31. Ronald Vincent was 47 when he was born. Chopper to third, and that ball did bring him off of the bag, but he landed on it ahead of Grimes getting there. Sigmund looked over to second as if he wanted to go there, went to first, and the throw almost was airmailed. Rapids have left a handful on through 4 innings. And it's J.H. Rose 1, North Lincoln 1 on the NFHS network.
69 pitches.
Top 5th as we roll along here from Ting Stadium in Holly Springs. Blake Mincy to lead things off, 8-9-1 for the Knights. They won 15 of 16 coming in. Hit the third. Not able to pick it up on the line drive. Simmons, but he stayed with it. And Mincy is going to be eliminated for out number 1. Grayson Evans, the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 18.
This is an offense that has averaged 7 runs a game on the season. 12 in a row coming into today. They've had a flair for the dramatic this year. Extra innings a handful of times. They've had 4 walk-off victories in their 21 this season. Coach Goss saying he puts them through a boot camp in the preseason. 1-1. On the ground. Watson from short. 2 up, 2 down. And they had, as you noted, some injuries beginning of the year. They've went through some different lineups. But with what they consider their healthy, everyday roster, they're 20-1.
Isn't that amazing? And obviously, like I said, it helps your team build depth on the mound or position player-wise.
Kason McGinnis, 0 for 2 at the top of the order.
Now, what North Lincoln hadn't done tonight is getting that leadoff man on. They've only done it in 2 innings up until now. It's hard to do that short game and be aggressive if you don't get that leadoff man on.
That might have been a bit of a gracious strike call. 2-1, wind blowing out to right. Smacked in the air, Aldridge. Got a good break on it, and
yes,
that will end the inning. For the first time in this game,
In the top of the 5th inning, no run.
we've had a side go in order. Well, second time. Happened back in the first. It's only the second time tonight that North Lincoln has been retired in order. And we'll move to the bottom of the 5th in a 1-1 tie.
North Carolina is your primary care physician. For J.H. Rose.
Another great year of coverage on the NFHS network, thanks to Brock Herring and Jalen Harrington. Patrick Johnson alongside Lynn Hartzell, the coach, as we are underway here in the bottom of the 5th. Rampants batting with their leadoff man, McCray. Third time through the lineup for him, sends this one skyward. Could be trouble, but it'll be run down.
Nice.
That is Grayson Evans out in left. He covers a lot of ground, doesn't he?
He did, and just to show you, I called that an inverted route because he kind of, if you see the numbers of an outfielder, it's not good. But he ended up running the ball down. But the ball is carrying a little more than we think it is up here, especially looking at the flags. You thought, it's blowing out a little bit harder the way these outfielders are reacting.
Robertson had a double. He scored the tying run in the third. Calls time here. We were talking about it. Ronald Vincent, in all the years, 1,037 wins. There are about a dozen coaches in high school baseball across the country who have those kind of credentials as far as victories. 7 state titles at Rose, the most recent coming in 2021. They did get swept by West Henderson in 2023. That was in Burlington.
Well, it's kind of hard to compare it. Some states play fall and spring, and they count both.
It's going to be 3-1. This is the 4th year for the head coach, the former East Lincoln player, Charlie Goss, coaching at North Lincoln, as they're going to be out to have a word with their pitcher. This is Coach Goss hustling out there.
He talked about what a rivalry East Lincoln and North Lincoln are.
Oh, yeah. Well, he talked about this, too. He's coached 10 playoff games in 4 years. 6 of them have come either against someone in their conference
or West Henderson,
the Western Foothills, or West Henderson.
Yeah.
It just tells you how difficult it is, a path out of the 3A West.
A lot of good baseball. North Carolina in general, there's a lot of good baseball played in this state.
So after the walk coach out, Mike Gardner is their pitching coach. He had stints with 6 different teams in the majors. And pitched at Indiana State collegiately. That's what got him discovered and then drafted.
Also pitched for the Canadian national team.
He coached a few years ago and actually coached both Coach Goss and one of his other assistants on the staff. Goss got the job and called him, said he needed some help. And he's been there for 3 years. Coaches their JV program, handles their pitchers. Ethan Simmons with a long out. 2 away. But back to Ronald Vincent, NFHS Hall of Famer, 52nd year at Rose, his alma mater. Goss played collegiate baseball up in West Virginia at the D2 level. Vincent, RV as he's known, played college football at East Carolina. Now Parker Watson, who gets another off-speed delivery.
And looking at Robinson's lead, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, he goes a delay. He took off late. Ball gets to the backstop. He will get into third, and he's out. Nice work by Dellinger to get the third out. And that'll do it for the 5th. Tie game as we move along here from Holly Springs.
The second baseman, number 4, Eli.
Thanks for being with us here, NFHSnetwork.com. And it's the Class 3A NCHSAA Baseball Championships. Into a really nice evening weather-wise here after some early rain, although there is some possibly developing to our west as we move along here. Top 6. East are the home team this year. Sipe fouls the pitch back off of the metal roof here, and it's 1-1. Had a pretty good rain that doused this park about 45 minutes, 30 minutes before the original start time. It delayed things by 43 minutes. Second game is scheduled to start here at 8 o'clock tonight. Hammered on the ground. Oh, nice play. Pretty good pickup. Throw over to first. Simmons gets the out. Slipped a little, but he played the bounce beautifully. Got it off the hop and stuck with it for the out.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. I mean, you know, some people don't like turf fields. Some people like natural. But, you know, these are true hops on a turf field.
Well, even when it rains like it did earlier, not a lot of maintenance.
No.
And this is a field that drains well, too.
I was going to say that when you were talking about it earlier. I mean, we wouldn't be as far into this game if this was a natural field. But I'm going to hear that comment from my friends that are groundskeepers.
And family.
Yeah.
1-1. A lot of your collegiate parks have gone to the area in foul ground to turf. You'll also see, somewhat commonly, a turf infield and a grass outfield at certain places. Shot towards the gap. It'll drop in. Here goes Dellinger into second. Stand-up double. Seventh hit of the game for North Lincoln.
Third baseman, number 9.
And they're going to run for the catcher here. It's going to be Ryan Bassani doing the running. So Dellinger, who had the ball get beyond him, the Rose runner on the wild pitch, took second, and then he made the throw to retire Robertson. One-0 to Sigmund, popped up infield. Justin Grimes underneath for the Rampants, 2 down.
You know, 5 of those 7 hits are on breaking balls.
So you're saying you wouldn't throw it?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't throw it, but, you know, if you show it to them, maybe show it to them out of the zone a little bit more. I mean, they've caught up with some fastballs, but for the most part all night they've been a little late on fastballs. See the Rose coaching staff out on the mound, having a little defensive gathering, talking with the pitcher, make sure we don't make a mistake. I mean, that's another thing. Teams that win games win the 2-out game. And, you know, this is a big run, potential run.
Well, this is also a big juncture in the game.
Yep, 6th inning.
Robertson's teammates.
The center fielder, number 3, Chad Matthews.
There's some words for him. Here's Matthews, a fly out in the game, a sac bunt in the second. That's a strike, pretty pitch.
Yep.
It's got a little tail on it, doesn't it?
It does. Comes back just a little bit.
Bounce
Nice
that
job.
one in. What a stop by McCray to backhand it.
Yep. Because there's so many more ways to score from third than from second, so that was a huge play.
Healthy lead for Bassani, the courtesy runner. In the air to left. Will this drop? Yes, it will. Bassani comes around to make it 2-1. And that's Matthews with a nice piece of 2-out work. Floated the single out for his RBI.
Right fielder, number 13, Beckett Rinkus.
It's actually a good pitch. He didn't get a whole lot on the swing, but just enough to get it over the infield, and outfielders couldn't quite get to it.
Rinkus' first pitch swinging, going to be foul.
Good thing for the Rose crowd.
That's a strike. McCray framed that one, brought it back in. So it's going to be 0-2. Good lead for Matthews, who just drove in the go-ahead run. He takes off. In the air. And this will be off the glove, but it is going to be caught.
Unbelievable.
Off of Aldridge, and Haddock backing him up made the catch. Aldridge reaching for it. That's going to be an F8-9. Just a conventional scoring play. Rampants perhaps catching a break. But for North Lincoln, a run to take the lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth in a 2-1 affair. Parker Watson coming to the plate to start things. He was at the plate when Robertson was thrown out at third. Took second on a wild pitch, trying to be uber aggressive with the ample room here between the backstop, and he was thrown out. And you noted it before the game. On this turf, also slick from the rain, base runners, and we saw a few of them for Rose do this before the game. They were out there practicing sliding into the bags.
Yeah, it's turf. It's
because that's what happened to Robertson. He slid off the bag.
Yeah. You slide a lot farther than you think compared to clay.
And that's what cost him the out. Got a feeling this could be the inning where Rose should make some hay if they're going to rally to win this game. Watson, Aldridge, and Haddock. It's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, he tried to turn that fastball over a little bit, give it a little bit more run away from the righty.
A rare fastball to Watson in this game.
Yep.
It's going to be tick foul. Shouldn't go another pitch without mentioning the late Marvin Jarman, longtime figure around Greenville and Rose athletics. A couple years ago, Marvin passed. It's going to be fouled out of play. They still list him as an assistant coach on the roster. And if you know anything about athletics in Eastern North Carolina, and you go anywhere in this state, you mention Greenville, and it is around athletics, folks will mention Marvin Jarman to you. 3-2. Marvin never, for something like 20 some odd years, never missed a Rose basketball game.
That's since the late 60s.
So more than that, yeah. Something like 1,300 games. In the air, it's driven back. It is caught up against the wall.
Goodness, great catch.
Nice play by Rinkus out there, with that wall kind of jutting out before it cuts back.
And he reopened like a defensive back. That was somebody's obviously done a good job coaching him, but that was a great catch. Wall coming up.
Breaking pitch high.
I mean, you have warning tracks here at Ting, but it's the same surface as the field, so I think it's just for looks more than anything
Well, and
else.
you're not going to be looking down.
No.
Because it does feel the same here.
Right.
That wall is padded out there.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. He was up against it. Aldridge kind of has that short swing, and he fouls it back. 2-1. Now 2-2. If you think about, though, Marvin Jarman, mostly all Rose football games, never missed a basketball game, and at the vast majority of the baseball games. And that's going to be strike 3 for the second out. So it's up to Haddock. Aldridge a tough night. He struck out all 3 times. Haddock 0 for 2 in the game.
It's going to be important for Haddock to get on base here. Not necessarily for this inning, but if he gets on base, then at least you've got your leadoff hitter coming up, you know, in the guaranteed in at bat in the 7th inning.
If Haddock is retired, it would be 7-8-9 for Rose in the 7th. Pretty pitch for a strike. Strike 3. Werderman gets the Rampants in order with back-to-back strikeouts. 2-1 as we move to the 7th NFHS Network. And this is the Class 3A State Championship Series.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning.
Top 7. And for North Lincoln, the DH Bryson Sumi. It'll be 7-8-9 for North Lincoln here in the 7th inning. Robertson working into the 6th 2-1 game. Gave up a run in the 2nd, surrendered 1 in the 3rd. That 2nd inning run was a tad on the fluky side as Sigmund hit a ball skyward that dropped in when the Rose fielder simply lost it in shallow left center. He would come around to score after being sacrificed over. Matthews with a good 2-out hitting in the 6th to push across the lead run.
See our next game, 1A state championship. We are a charter, and for women's getting an eye forward the game as well.
Uari Charters picked up back-to-back titles. You look at what they have done over the last couple of years, it's pretty remarkable. 3-2. Ball is skied to center. Aldridge measuring it up, had to backpedal a couple of times to make the catch.
Number 10.
It is an awkward time of day here as far as the sky goes. Not really quite dark enough for the lights to take full effect. And traditionally over the years here, Lynn, and you could probably imagine this as Mincy comes to the plate, but it seems like if there's one position that may struggle at least for a game to pick up the ball, it's the center fielder, and that's just universal.
Yeah, and, you know, it's not just the sky, the lights, it's the backdrop, you know, as well.
That's a strike. One. Threw it by him.
Yeah.
He's still got good life on the fastball.
He definitely does.
And that's going to be his 3rd strikeout. You got to go back a ways before he had one. In fact, that's his 1st strikeout since the 1st inning. Wow.
But you know, Robinson's done a good job tonight.
Oh, he's been excellent.
Either one of these starters, I mean, you'll take both of these starts every time out.
That was called a ball.
And Robinson's just a junior, so he's got an opportunity next year as well.
It's going to be yanked foul.
Yep.
Evans 0 for 2 in the game. 1-2 is our count. Rampants will have their bottom 3 in the order. Due up in the bottom of the 7th, trying to stay at a 1-run deficit. That'll find room through the 5-6 hole, and with 2 outs, Evans is aboard. Another 2-out hit for North Lincoln in this game.
And you got to think Evans is going to be aggressive here, trying to get in scoring position. He will take off eventually.
That's their 5th 2-out hit of the game.
That's what wins games.
Jason McGinnis is 0 for 3.
Production with 2 outs.
Every one of those with the bright batting gloves. Runner goes. Throw down to second. And it will not be in time. Picked a good pitch to run on.
He did.
Gray with a decent throw, but Evans got a great jump.
Well, you got to think they were going to try it. Miss 1-1. Because if you get thrown out, I mean, you haven't heard anything.
So now a runner in scoring position for the Knights. And boy, would this be a big piece of insurance for North Lincoln.
Huge difference in 1 and 2 runs from Rose's standpoint.
Rampant fans. Like a strike could have been called there. It was a little high and in.
Yeah, it was.
3-1. Robertson peeks back, comes to the plate. That is through, and that's going to be a run.
Oh.
And it gets by the right fielder. Evans in to score. McGinnis rounding third. The throw. And he'll make it a 3-run game. A single and a 3-bag error. And we're going to have a pitching change. So Robertson will get a different glove. Or he'll just depart the game, it looks like.
He pitched a heck of a game. I mean, that was a tough break there. Probably pitch was up on out of par to plate, but he pitched a heck of a game. Ended up with 102 pitches. So we'll see if he comes in.
Now he'll stay in the DH role.
Yeah,
and they'll make some changes. They're going to bring Simmons in from left to pitch. And Owen Simmons has been also one of the better arms for Rose during this championship run.
Fans, attention please. Pitching change for J.H. Rose. Now pitching.
And they are going to send Robertson out to left.
Number 1, Owen Simmons.
So Owen Simmons in to pitch. Robertson does go out to left field. Kind of a lonely walk for him out there. At the moment, down 3-1, but I think you're 1,000% right in that. Pitched well enough where he certainly could have won, and couple of miscues in the field. The bloop that allowed the first run to score. And then the 3-bag error has put North Lincoln out by 3 runs. And all of this with 2 outs.
Well, that's that. You know, you win that 2-out game, you got a chance to win in the game. And North Lincoln's done a good job of that tonight.
Indeed they have.
Number 4,
Eli Sight, 6 2-out hits in this game for North Lincoln.
It's winning baseball. It's a winning formula.
First pitch in the air. Robertson makes the catch to end the inning. Couple runs score, though. There was a hit, a couple of them, in fact, an error and a runner left on.
1 error.
It's going to be 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th in this Class 3A state championship game on the NFHS network. Jack Werderman is out of the game. And they bring in their closer, Rinkus. And the first pitch to Abulatifa is a strike from Brady Rinkus. He had an issue earlier in the year, a UCL strain. And this is going to be a ball deposited into right. It was coming up throwing was Beckett Rinkus. Ball got beyond the first baseman, but Abulatifa with a leadoff hit, and he's going to come out and be run for here. So a nice start to the inning for Rose. Abulatifa with his second hit of the day. Rapids bring in a courtesy runner. As they're going to go to Andrew Knight Hyatt, number 7.
Got the sportsmanship award for the game.
Number 1, Owen Simmons.
And here is Owen Simmons. Came in to pitch. Big chant of Owen here. It's a ball. Rinkus led this team in innings pitched last season. He's going to play tight end at Tusculum in football. Throws mid-80s, misses here. You know what he looks like.
Yeah, he does.
Tight end.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's a big boy. Wish him much luck next year at Tusculum in football.
That's going to be 3-0.
But I imagine after a year of playing college football, he's going to be an even bigger boy.
Yes, he will be. Especially going there.
Yeah.
Finally a strike. Rapids need base runners. Down 3 runs. Bottom 7. There's a throw over. Maybe not his plus move, as our friend Mike Mullis would say, but not a bad one. Ball driven in the gap. Well. This is driven pretty well. It is back. It is off the wall. Here comes Knight Hyatt around to score. And the Rampants, as the runner's safe at third, have cut it down to 4-2. Simmons with the triple.
And still with no outs.
I'm going to make you look really bright right now because I was going to ask you, were you surprised that they didn't send Waterman back out there?
Again, I don't know the team. I don't know where he feels comfortable. I thought he looked better later in the game than he did earlier in the game.
He was not up there in the pitch.
95, yeah.
Was the last inning the 10-pitch inning?
Number 3.
Yeah.
So he got out of that pretty cleanly, all things considered.
Yep, he did.
Meantime, here's Grimes, and here's the other part of this. You get it to the top of the order now if you're J.H. Rose. Regardless of what happens here, McCray will hit.
Well, I mean, this kid is the type of kid that Rose is used to seeing a whole lot, especially, with the schedule that they played this year.
That's a strike, and Grimes didn't like the call. Again, that pitch has been called a strike all night.
It has.
Good stop behind the plate, Dellinger. Simmons camped out at third.
I think Sigma's got to tie a shoe.
Both fan bases have been active in this game here tonight, haven't they?
Great job.
Stuck his bat out, tapped it over. Donald Vincent with the kick stop.
Literally stuck his bat out. RV showed flashes there. The Hurricanes could have used them this week.
Stuck his bat out again.
Yeah.
Foul ground. This will get into the dugout, though. So Grimes hanging tough.
He is.
Nobody out in the inning for the Rampants. A run in to cut the lead in half.
Tell you what, this North Lincoln outfield doesn't think they're going to hit it over them in center or right, huh?
On the ground will score a run. That'll make it 4-3 on a close play at first.
Yeah. I thought shortstop might have taken a little bit too much time.
2 in the inning for JHR. And it is 4-3, and you have the top of the order coming to the plate.
The catcher, number 5, DeMarcus McCray.
DeMarcus McCray, a walk to start the bottom of the first for Rose, 0 for 2 since. Grady Rinkus, their closer, is in.
He looks like he's just trying to really overthrow him.
Fastball called a strike on the inner portion.
Mechanics look a little bit more in sync, in control on that pitch. Breaking ball out.
So now it's 2-1.
Tell you what, we might have to get paid extra since we don't have the scoreboard to rely on tonight, Patrick.
3-1. Yeah, they had a power surge.
Yeah.
And that caused the panels in the scoreboard to blow. No word when that happened. I don't think it was anything today with the rain and came through. That's a strike. 3-2. McCray did not like the call.
A scoreboard's one of those things when you don't have it, it's when you really realize you don't have it.
Exactly. Maybe you should resort to the old-timey, somebody do something out there and you hang the numbers.
I was going to say that earlier on when you, I didn't want to show my age. My dad actually did that at Granger Stadium back in the day.
That's going to be ball 3. I thought that was ball 4. Yeah,
ball
it is.
4.
McCray thought it was ball 3. Again, that's a mechanism of not having a scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
We had it as ball 4. Here comes Charlie Goss, the head coach.
And if you fans wondering home, they are saying bullpen.
Right, yes. Speaking of the bullpen, nobody getting ready in it. So this is Rinkus' game at this point.
Yeah, this is your guy.
Robertson with 1 out, 1 on, 2 runs already in. Robertson represents at the plate the winning run. After him, you have Simmons, and then in the hole, Parker Watson, who is one of the top 10 home run hitters in the state.
Left fielder, number 4.
Watson got a hold of one pretty good his last at bat.
He really did.
Right.
Great catch.
Yeah. Rinkus out in right field made a heck of a catch. Rampets, maybe you're hoping it doesn't get to Watson. That's a strike to Robertson.
He had the ground ball earlier for a double between third baseman and the line.
Also drew a walk in the 5th, and he'll send this one in. Center fielder dinking the runner a little bit. McCray to second. Robertson and the winning run on first for the Rampants. And here comes Simmons. That's going to be the 3rd hit of the inning, Lynn.
Yep. Simmons is 1 for 3 with a double.
And we're going to have a change now.
Yes, we are.
And the new pitcher coming in for North Lincoln is going to be Bryson Summey. No, check that. They're going to go to McGinnis and put Summey in the game defensively. So they're going to take him out of the DH role. So here comes Kason McGinnis now.
And your attention, please. Pitching change for North Lincoln. Now pitching
So a
for the
short-lived
Kason
outing
McGinnis.
for Rinkus, who gives up 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And now Summey takes over at short. Or Sipe rather moves over to short. And it's going to be Summey at second base. So Bryson Summey to second. And we'll see what McGinnis can do to try to lock this thing down. Boy, how important are those 2 runs in the top of the 7th now? Because and it was all with 2 outs there. The 3-bag error right now looms extremely large.
And again, not playing on turf a whole lot, but that ball will scoot on you, and it's bouncier too. It's a good high school baseball game.
No, it's been outstanding here tonight. Really has been everything that you thought it would be. A little bit of a pressure time, though, for North Lincoln. A lot of ghosts in that Rose program when you look at all of the teams that they've had over the years. 7 state championship campaigns. 10th time they've made it to this round. Can Rose come through with a little rampant magic? Still 1 out for Ethan Simmons.
Breaking ball even over the ball. That's good breaking ball, Patrick.
Really was. Simmons and RBI. Simmons and RBI double in the 3rd. 1 for 3. Fastball pumps it across for strike 1.
Yeah, he's got a little more juice on it than you think, being a smaller stature kid. breaking ball again.
McGinnis fooled him to make it 1-2. Simmons' twin brother Owen already with an RBI triple, and he has scored a run. Base hit here ties it. Time's going to be called. And Dellinger out to talk with his reliever.
Yeah. I'm used to college baseball where, you know, that's your timeout, that's your time. I mean, a lot of differences now. It's got to be more and more over time.
Those fans have made the hour 40-minute drive from Greenville. They're fired up. Ball gets away from the catcher. Winning run in scoring position. On the wild pitch. Two balls, two strikes.
Wow.
Struck him out. Oh, first! And the Rapids have tied the game. Ball gets beyond on the throw. The Rapids have won the game. A couple of errors in the seventh inning, and the Rapids, who looked stagnant, with a 4 spot in the bottom of the seventh to win and take a 1-0 series lead. Wow.
Yeah. That was a great pitch by McGinnis. Breaking ball, got him to chase, and I think, you know, the catcher, Dellinger, just kind of rushed his throw.
I think when you talk about player of the game, you got to say Robertson, because he scored the game-winning run and he
Absolutely.
got the great start.
Robinson, player of the game from J.H. Rose.
So our Academy Sports and Outdoors player of the game is going to be Josh Robertson.
And what North Lincoln's got to do is find a way to flush that and come out here and get ready tomorrow, because that's a tough way to lose.
4 in the 7th for the Rapids. North Lincoln scoring 3 runs in the final 2 trips for them. Pushed it to a 3-run lead, and not only do they lose it, but they lost it after being up 4-1 entering the frame.
And lost it on a strikeout.
That's true. A couple of errors. Ball was thrown around. And the Rapids, with some great speed on the base paths, able to take advantage. You talked about how well they run.
Yeah, and that wild pitch that made the allowed the runners go up second, third. I mean, little things. A game like that, little things.
Well, it's, do you get the breaks? So we are probably 45 minutes away from the start of our second game tonight, the 1A, between the two-time defending 1A champs Uwharrie Charter and Perquimans out of northeastern North Carolina. Thanks to our crew. Thanks to you for being with us tonight. And thanks to Lynn Hartzell. Great job by him. We're looking forward to the second matchup. These same 2 teams in the 3A will play tomorrow at 11 a.m., and we'll have it for you here from Ting Stadium on the NFHS Network. Thanks for being with us tonight. the NCHSAA Baseball Championship 3A Series on the NFHS Network. For Lynn Hartzell, I'm Patrick Johnson. So long, everybody.